Well, for 17 years I was in the substance abuse field, and we owned and operated a company called Renaissance Ranch. And we found that really the work we were doing was trauma work, even though the substances were kind of the symptom of deeper trauma inside of most of the people we were with.
We knew that we wanted to do something to get ahead of that curve. And part of that process was identifying trauma in children and helping children overcome that trauma. Grace House Children's Project really is all about identifying developing countries where there's a need for mental health care. And in Haiti, we determined that it's not going to be possible for us to build actual buildings, and that the best process would be to find local people that we can invest knowledge in, and then partner with safe houses and orphanages to provide the healing treatment that is needed.
It's got to happen from inside, so we want to start with the inside of the kids, and that's kind of what our organization does. We do the inside work.
So we are very excited to be partnered with Grace House. Grace House is bringing in these skilled professionals who are able to increase the training for my staff or for my interns, so that they get this knowledge that they can take back to the projects that Grace House is involved with.
A lot of challenges here in Haiti. One of them is sometimes we miss direction. We miss direction to know what to do and how to do it.
We can spend the whole night, probably the whole week, talking about the challenges. They're a lot. They're all over the place in all areas. But one of them is education. Education is the key to overcome poverty.
Many ways. Here in Haiti, it can be sex trafficked to human trafficked to displaced by war or disease, or just their families can't afford to have them.
Just the fact that these children are in orphanages or safe houses, that in itself is a traumatic event. And so the need is overwhelming. Immediately, the greenhouse came to mind. We know that they are experts in the field of attachment, they're experts in the field of trauma treatment, and we knew that they're the people that we wanted to have on our clinical board.
We specialize in attachment and trauma, and we deal with families and children. And what we know about trauma is that if you're able to play it through, which is what we do, a lot of play therapy at our agency, and children are able to play through their trauma, they can make sense of their world.
Well, when you work with children, you have to use their language, and their language is play. You could say that the mantra of play therapy is I see you, I hear you, I understand, and I care. Through the toy and the medium of sand and water and other things that are in the room, they'll tell you over time what it is they need or are working on.
All the therapy techniques that we use in the States can still be used here. So everything that we do with even talk therapy, EMDR and neurofeedback, play therapy for the children, and recreation therapy and equine therapy, there's tons of ways we can help these people. It's just getting the resources to them.
Jump roping is an exercise or form of movement that definitely fits under the umbrella of positive movement that has a beneficial effect on the brain. And jump roping in particular has a benefit for children that have been traumatized. So we at Grace House wanted to provide the children in our services with jump roping, and the rhythms, the rhymes have a positive effect on the brain, just connecting and pulling things together, and also just it lets them be kids again for a minute.
The only way Haiti's going to get better is internally and grassroots. And so we hope these kids can grow up, get through their trauma, not re-perpetuate the trauma they've experienced, and get educated and become healthy, productive people and turn this country around.
Haiti needs everything. Haiti needs shoes, Haiti needs food, but the shoes wear out, the clothes get torn, but education stays with a person for a lifetime.
We can't let those past mistakes and we can't let fear of making a mistake freeze us into inaction.
My hope is to see Haiti has a paradise. Has a paradise.